You can start.
Good evening, sir. My name is Pranjal. Today, I am going to present my task 5, which is to create trend lines in Java, given the HDFC Bank CSV dataset. So, I'm from Java Developer Group. So, first, let's talk about why trend lines. So, trend lines in stock trading are essential because they provide a way to understand and interpret the price trends of a stock. So trend lines help traders to determine whether the stock is in uptrend, means it is in the rising prices, or it's in the downtrend, means it's in the falling prices.
Pranjal, have you changed your slide?
No, sir.
Okay. Continue.
So, so basically, trend lines offer a visually clear representation of price trends and making it easier for traders to access market directly. Next, so here are the contents. First, we see some basic introduction. Then we talk about characteristics of trend line. Then we have a demonstration. Next, some limitations of trend lines. Then concludes our PPT. So, first, a trend line is a graphical representation of the general direction or trend in data points on a chart. So these lines are fundamental tools used in stock trading and technical analysis to identify and analyze trends in stock prices. So the primary purpose of trend lines is to help users identify and understand trends within the dataset. Next, so these are the characteristics, some characteristics of trend line. So first is directionality. So trend line provides a clear visual representation of general direction of our data. Next is support and resistance. So trend lines act as support, means in uptrends, and resistance in downtrends. Next is validity. A valid trend line connects at least two significant points. Next is the time frame. So time frame can be drawn on various trend lines can be drawn on various time frames that allows traders to analyze trends at different scales. Now we see our demonstration of trend lines. So here is the code. So first we import some basic or the needed libraries which we have need. Next we have our import our stock data like CSV file. Then we create a function for calculating trend and intercept and slope. And next here we have category plot to plot our frame, what the frame is like. So the output. Yeah, so here is the output. So these are the trend line. So the x-axis is the time period, and the y-axis is the stock closing price. So this chart basically shows the stock price fluctuation somewhere between 1600 to 1610, and the blue trend line shows a volatile increase in the stock. Blue trend line shows a steady increase in the stock prices, while the green line shows a volatile increase in the stock price. So basically, we can say that a green line, it is an uptrend line. It is made by first we identify the points of higher lows. we can take a minimum of 2 points of high lows. Then we connect these high lows with a diagonal line. So the next line is the opposite of a uptrend line. So it is a downtrend line. So the downtrend line is can be made by connecting the high lows, means the lower highest point on a. So we need like 2 points of lower highs, then we connect them and then extend the line, and here we get the downtrend line. So the this is the chart, or we can see the demonstration. Next, coming back to our presentation. So yeah. So next is the limitations. So there are some limitations of trend lines. So first is the false breakouts. So trend lines can sometimes give false breakout signals. A price may temporarily breach a trend line, but it affected like it reverses direction. Next is the time frame sensitivity. So it means that trend lines can vary depending on the time frame on the chart. Like what appears as a strong trend line on a short term may not be as relevant on the long term chart. Next is the data gaps. So trend line may not accurately reflect price movements if there are data gaps in the if there are gaps in the data, or we can say if there are data gaps in the our data set. Next is the lack of precision. So trend lines do not provide precise entry or access points for traders. So traders have to use other technical indicators or chart patterns to refine their decisions. Next is the conclusion. So, in summary, trend lines are essential tools in stock trading that provide a visual representation of price trends. Traders should be aware of their limitations and use them with other technical analysis tools and risk management strategies. So, however, it is important to consider their characteristics, limitations, and how they are introduced in trading strategies. So next, these are the references which I have referred. If anyone have any questions, then may. Thank you.
Pranjal, can you just explain to me the libraries that you have imported? Can you talk
Uh,
about their functions?
uh,
Do share your screen. Yeah.
so, these are the we can basically these are the Apache Common CSV libraries which
Okay.
I have used. So the chart frame, chart fact, the CSV record and parser. These libraries are used for strengthen our file, like our data set, CSV data set. Then the chart factory, chart frame, and JFree chart. These are the basic libraries for displaying our chart, like trend line chart or trend line chart, whatever. And the plot category and plot orientation. These are for the deciding for the like visual representation of the frame, or we can say the dimension, the colors of the frame. These are used for that. And simple regression, and this form is used for calculating the intercept and oh yes, sorry. Calculating the intercept and slope. So I have calculated. Yeah, sorry. So like calculating intercept and slope, like upward trend line slope and intercept, downward trend line slope and intercept, all these. And these are the exception libraries for exception handling. And Next is the function. So we have our main function, public static main function, where we import our file. Next, under the try catch, we have read our file, like using CSV parser and CSV file reader. Then here we have like provided the index for which I have to use for which I have plotted the trend lines. Like I have provided index 5. So index 5 in our data set is for closing prices. So yes, for closing prices, it's index. And then they have a function for potential support level and potential resistance level for calculating our upward upward trend lines and registering for calculating our downward trend lines. So, and here is the calculation for calculating our slope and intercept. Here is the intercept and slope. Next, yeah. So here is our J3 chart, like the frame. So it's the title of the frame, date, and like x-axis labels and all. Then here is the frame's color, like background color and line color, like green line or blue line. It's all that grid lines, color and all visual representation just for. And here is the chart frame like line chart. Then we have closed our try catch statement. So here is the slope and intercept like for upward trend line and for downward trend line both. Um, and then here we have our print statement to print out the slope. So yes, that's all.
Uh, okay. And do you know what exactly regression is?
Um, that's I have read about it, but not recalling right now.
Okay, see, if you're doing any sort of regression-based tasks, even like on Java too, you need to do thorough research and you need to read properly about what you're doing. Don't do the task just for the sake of doing it, because then there's no point about it, right? You're doing it because you want to learn something, right? Yeah. Other than that, one change that I would like you to make is when you started off with the presentation, just give your basic introduction and mention the title and what do you say, the domain, all of that, and then start with the introduction. Don't give bits of introduction in the beginning. Go to the introduction slide and then continue with the introduction. Okay. Other than that, it was okay. Yeah. You can stop sharing your screen. And I don't think we have anyone else today, so you can leave the meeting. Yeah. Yeah. So with this, I'll be stopping the meeting recording. Thank you everybody for joining in.